inside the last 20 minutes of the SportsMax zone for this Thursday, and we're going to continue now with some football. The Jamaica Old Schools team have gotten their campaign at the CASA Youth Classic in Lauderhill, Florida, off to a winning start after defeating the Lauderhill-based team Ingenious Elite by 2-1 on Wednesday night. Gerard Morris-Seeley has a recap.
Competition day 2 of the CASA Youth Soccer Classic meant that 6 of the 7 teams would have already played, leaving only defending champions Rush RPS to feature. It was a cold and rainy day, forcing everyone to be cloaked up in order to battle with unfamiliar temperatures in the 50-degree Fahrenheit region. That's just over 10 degrees Celsius. The first match, Plantation Rush, seeking their second win in as many games and days, clashed with tournament debutants Miami AC from Boca Raton, Florida. Plantation came into this game knowing that a win for them would seal their place in Sunday's final, with just 3 teams in their group. The match started with possession stats balanced in the first 10 minutes, but Plantation showed a little more intent, earning a free kick just outside the 18-yard box that Noah Hudson hit so sweetly, giving the goalkeeper no chance.
What a goal.
And just like they did against Tobago a day earlier, Plantation scored a second soon after, triggered by another brilliant display of skill by one of the tournament stars so far, Kishan Pownell. 2-0 Plantation Rush. It was much of the same in the second half, as Plantation didn't show any fatigue from playing one day earlier. They say 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in football, and Plantation continued to push for the third with that old adage in mind, and they were rewarded after Noah Hudson converted from close range for his second of the game. They seem to have drifted their focus to the final already, which was in their sights, causing them to give up a late goal to Miami AC. Matthias Guerrero on the score sheet.
They pulled back one.
In the end, it was Plantation Rush 3, Miami AC 1. One finalist decided. Now we wait 3 days to see who their opponents will be.
This is not the first year we play in this CASA Youth Classic. I played, many years, and many years ago I reached the finals twice against the Jamaican team, and I lost in penalties and I lost 1-0, I think, something like that. So I look forward to the third one to beat them, possibly, if they go to the finals, of course.
The team just now, first game with each other. It's a mix of players. They played good though. They played great. Against a team that usually plays with each other every day. But I think in the first half we had more chances. We looked a little better. Second half we dropped off, and towards the end, I think we were able to get one in, at least one.
Now on to the feature match, with the Jamaicans versus the Jamaicans, as Ingenious Elite is largely a local Jamaican team with a Jamaican coaching staff. The Jamaica Old Schools team were very prepared for the weather this time around in their long-sleeve jerseys and their names in the back. Much credit must be given to ISA and kit provider Soccer Express. The match kicked off with the Jamaica Select Under-19s taking early control of the game and possession, but Ingenious stayed disciplined. However, in the 28th minute, Jamaica finally broke through when Orain Watson rounded the goalkeeper and calmly passed the ball into the net. Jamaica 1, Ingenious 0. Less than 2 minutes later, Ingenious would strike back. 15-year-old Jamar Thomas got behind the Jamaican defenders and fired one home pass Omarion Brown in goal. 1-1, game on. The teams continued to battle, and it seemed at one point to all that the score would remain that way. But just on the stroke of halftime, the Jamaicans took the lead again. Watson with a brace. In the second half, it was much of the same, and the Jamaican All Schools team made quite a few changes, but they were still able to start the tournament on a positive note, something that they were not able to do in 2023 and 2024, winning the game 2-1.
Short tournament like this, your first game is always important. So the aim was really to get 3 points from this game, and just to wet the feet of the boys. We noticed we introduced a number of the players today just to get their feet wet, because the other 2 games will be critical. Albeit we didn't want to concede, but 3 points, we are glad for that. But I thought after the first game, the second game will be better in terms of the chemistry. We need to connect where that is concerned and just to improve on our turnover rate.
Yeah, Gerard Morrisseely with that recap of last night's action. SportsMax senior producer Phil Riley on location. Let's join him now for an assessment of last night's performance. Phil, as an astute football brain, you did say in yesterday's preview that the Jamaicans looked good in training in the morning, and they delivered in the night.
Yes, they did. They played in patches. They controlled the game for most of it. But they had problems in front of goal. The chemistry wasn't 100% there. But they look good. I think they're going to improve as they go along. They will make some changes tomorrow when they play. And today they trained. They trained this morning, this afternoon actually. They had a review session which I thought was fruitful, where the players were able to talk about how the game went and all of that, give their feedback. And that was good, led by Coach Vassar Reynolds and Coach Hibbert.
Yeah. You said they'll make changes tomorrow. What are the changes that you're anticipating?
Well, I'm expecting them to make some changes in midfield. I spoke to the manager earlier, but I didn't speak to Vassal, but I know they will shuffle people around. I know people are looking out for Devon Davis. They didn't play him on Wednesday because he had just played a game with Malines in Jamaica, and they wanted his legs to be fresh. So he should play tomorrow. He should start, and you will see his quality.
Yeah, I see Devon Davis actually had a hat-trick for Malines in a Premier League match a couple of weeks ago. Orain Watson with a brace last night, Phil, carrying over the good form that he showed with Glenmuir in the Costa Cup football. He was on target twice with two strong right-footers.
Yes, he was. I mean, he looked the part. I spoke to him today. We had a long talk, and he talked about how he wanted to come here and just demonstrate that he's a goal scorer. And he did that last night, and he reminded me somewhat of Kaim Dixon's performance last year. Even though Kaim scored in every goal, every game, we'll see what will happen with Orain.
Yeah, and I see that the team that they were up against, Ingenious Elite, had quite a few Jamaicans in their setup as well, and the 15-year-old got the goal. That was pretty solid for him. How did they look overall?
I saw them before. I told the Jamaicans that they won't be an easy team, and they came with a plan for them. But the 15-year-old, he looked good. Their team overall looked good. I tell you, one of my Santos teammates, his son is the captain of the team, and they look good. They look good, and I think even though they're not a team that trains together, they're basically a pickup team, but they look good against the Jamaicans last night.
Yeah, and the Jamaicans would be optimistic about their path towards the remainder of the championship, but the Tobago Select team, Phil, will be trying to rebound from their opening game loss. What's your assessment of what their next assignment is?
Oh yes, this morning they trained, and they took a visit to the mayor, City Hall. The mayor invited them to come and visit. So that should give them some encouragement going into tonight's game. Tonight is a must-win for both teams, because both them and Miami AC lost last night to Plantation Rush. So both of them are playing for that second spot, that place in the third place playoff. So it should be a tough game. It should be a game where both teams come out to try to win, to save face in some way, because essentially they're out of the championship game. But of course, nothing is wrong with winning a third place medal, is it?
Yeah, you're right, Phil. And we'll keep our fingers crossed that the Tobago Select team can get a result tonight. And I hope it's a little bit warmer tonight, Phil. And we look forward to chatting with you again on Friday, reviewing what happened on Thursday night.
Yes, lads. Before we go, the Jamaicans will be here tonight because they are in the same group with the defending champions, RPS Rush. So they'll be here watching RPS Rush tonight. They'll be playing in a few minutes' time versus Lauderdale. So everybody will be looking out for that game to see how good RPS is this year.
Okay, Phil Riley there, senior producer for football coverage at SportsMax. And we go to break now. We'll be back to put the wrap on the show after this.